welcome to my first video on this channel. I am so excited to start posting on here. The goal is to post every week, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to keep up with that just because I'm not sure if I'll have enough content to post on here, but I will try my best. This is going to be my first video, so for my first video I just wanted to show off my collection, especially because it's the beginning of the year. I just wanted to give the overall view of what my collection is looking like so that by the end of the year I can see how far I came in my pop collection journey. So we're actually just going to start off with my Stray Kids binder, just because it's like not that much, honestly. Some of these binders are not that much just because I picked up collecting them towards the end of last year, so they're not gonna be crazy or anything. And also I just want to preface this by saying my bias line is Han, Hyunjin, and Ian. So hopefully the goal is by the end of the year to start collecting all three of my biases, but who knows. And yeah, so let's start. Like I said, just a reminder that my collection is still very small, and it was mostly Felix when I started. So all these are, I made these myself. I'm so happy that I made them, but they're just little fillers so I know which cards I'm missing in case anybody ever wants to trade or anything. And I'll also leave my trading Instagram and TikTok in the description in case anybody ever wants to trade. But as you can see, I have a lot missing from these. I have a couple on the way. I think I have like 2 from early era, so I'm really excited for that. Can't wait to put those away. And then No Easy is where we first start. I actually got these 2 cards from my friend when she handed down her Stray Kids collection to me because she had a few other members besides Felix. So I have these 2 Han cards from No Easy, and then I have these cards. I believe the first 2 are from Christmas Evil, and then I think this one is from Ordinary. Let me check. Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure this one's from Ordinary. And then I also wanted to put like any units in the back. Hold up, let me move this more. I want to put any units in the back. So I wasn't like big on collecting units, but I think after I'm done with like mostly all of my Han solo cards, I'm going to do units as well. So yeah, so that page, and then we have that, and then I don't know why, oh, this one's a POB, that's why I put it, because when I was looking at my template I was like, this is not a regular album card, so just put it back here. Then we get into Maxident. I say it like either way, but these are the 2 cards I have. I think 1 or 2 on the way, so I'm excited for that. This is all I have for 5-star. Like I said, I'm trying my hardest to make my Han collection my priority, just because my other collections I feel like are doing a little bit better than my Han collection, and Han is my alt bias, so I feel like I'm not doing him justice. So we're gonna try to get better. And I also have, is it 5-star? No, I also have a Rockstar trade up right now for, I think Ian. It's an Ian POB, I believe. So I hope that I can get like any other Rockstar. So if you have any Han Rockstars and you're interested in an Ian Rockstar POB, please let me know. But this is the only Rockstar one I have. I think I might have another trade for it coming soon. I need to keep up to date with my trades. But this is all I have for 8. I have first card, last card. Oh, and then I have a unit in the back. I pulled this card actually. I think most of my Han cards I have that are like earlier eras, I did not pull, like I simply traded for them. So don't have anything for Hop, unfortunately. So that's sad. But Karma is where we take a turn for the best. I think I have 2 Karma cards on the way right now. I'm not too sure, but yes, I'm very happy. I believe I pulled the top 2, and then this one I believe I traded for. And then here is my Han Do It. I pulled all of these, so I'm entirely grateful for that. I think I pulled these 2 and then I traded for this one. I don't even remember, but all I know is that I traded for one of them at the event, and then I ordered another Do It accordion off of K-Place. It was a Felix one because that was before I dropped my Felix collection, so I got this POB. So yeah, I just put it here. And then this is just like OT8. Yeah, OT8 for Stray Kids. That came with like Karma, and then this is the Skizu version. And then like I said, I want to collect Hyunjin, so these are cards I already had. Like I already had this card, it was passed down to me, and then I got that one within my Rockstar album that I got recently. Hopefully by the end of the year, the plan is to like do 3 Han, 3 Hyunjin, 3 Ion. But who knows if I'm going to take my Hyunjin and Ion collection serious. My priority, like I said, is Han. So for my next binder, I have Twice. So Twice isn't one of like my alt groups. I definitely listen to Twice a lot, and recently I've been getting a lot more into them. When I first started this collection, I wasn't really big into Twice. They were just one of the groups that got me into K-pop, so I just wanted to honor them by having a collection just for them. So I'm actually really happy. I did a lot of work on it, and I'm really proud of myself. I think this is like, yeah, this has to be the most of my collection, like out of any of my binders or any of the groups that I collect. This one has the most cards, and I am so close to finishing it. To me, it just feels so close. So this is the inside. I decorated it. These are actually not like, these are not part of my collection. These are just cards that I'm trying to trade. So if you're interested in any of these cards, please go to my Instagram. I am trying to trade for other collections. So yeah. So as you can see, this binder is purely for strategy. So these are all the ornaments. I have these 3 ornaments I believe I pulled, and this one I traded for. I'm not sure. And then these are the group cards. I don't know why I put them here. I don't remember putting them here. I'm gonna have to go back and like fix them up. But this is, so what I did was put OT9 pop cards. Hold up, let me try to get everybody in frame. I believe this is Nemo. Like I said, I don't know why I put it like this. I don't remember doing the binder like this, but I guess I'll go back and fix it. And I have these in like sleeves that are really cute. I love them. So this is a Nemo. I bought this whole Nemo like set for I think $4 or something like that on Mercari. So literally thank you to whoever I bought from. I don't even remember. If I do remember, I'll like mention them, put them on the screen right now. So I think I have a couple of these Nemos for sale. And then on this side, I try to do, like, as you can see, I try to do a concept spread. So this is the album cards. It took me forever to get these, but like I feel like once I because I did a lot of cross trading for Twice. I think this collection was probably my most priority collection because I was just so close to finishing it. Just because like when you buy an album, it comes with 5 cards already, so it was just really easy for me to get sucked in and just like automatically make this a prio. So this is for that. And then we go on to the next concept. So I have all the Pobs, the Nemo, and then I have the 2 things of albums. I think I traded for some of these like twice and I didn't even remember, just because there's so many different versions and a lot of them look similar, so I sort of like forget which ones I already have. But now we go into this one. This is the last concept. No, this is like the last of the main albums besides like step 4 and highlight. But this is the Pob, this is the Nemo, and then this is album version. They only had one of this version for albums. Hold up. This is like annoying me. So yeah, they only had one of these. So for me, like just the way that the other pages were set up, I'm like, I need to have another page for that concept. So they have another Pob, so hopefully I'm gonna get it. I'm not too sure. Like I said, my priority is like finishing the other parts of my collection that are more important to me. And that Pob, that like Pob set would just be to like make me more satisfied with these. Then I have my Target exclusives here. So yeah, these are my Target exclusives. I believe I pulled Nayeon, I pulled Momo, and I pulled Tui. I think I traded for Jung. And then I believe I pulled Momo and traded for Sana. So yeah, these are Target exclusives and these are Barnes & Noble exclusives. Like I said, these are the ones that I'm like making my priority the most, just because like I'm pretty close. At least for Target, I'm pretty close. I still need like 5 members. And then for Barnes & Noble, I still need 7. So I believe that math was correct. And then here is my Digipack and highlight version. As you can see, it's not too good. It's not looking too good. So after that, after the highlight version, I know one of these comes with like 2 separate sets of cards, and then one of them is just 1 set of cards and then a Pob. But as you can see, that's all I have for my collection. So like I said, my priority is Target exclusive, Barnes & Noble exclusives, Digipack, and Highlight version. And then I guess Pobs will all come after, but I'm so very close to finishing this collection, so I'm very proud of it. And that's all for my Twice collection. Katseye was the first group that I ever really got into. And they're the group that like made me want to collect. They're also the group that got me into K-pop. Even though they're not a K-pop group, they're just like K-pop adjacent. And I know a lot of people feel very strongly towards that. Why not do Beautiful Chaos as well? And it's also, I kind of feel like it's doable for me, just because I collect, I believe 4 cards for each member. So I collect their 2 album cards, their Target exclusive, and then their vinyl cards. I don't have any of their vinyl cards because I'm trying not to like trade for them or buy them, just so that I can go and buy the actual vinyls myself, because I feel like, to me, I would save more money, because some people like overprice, especially for Katseye cards. They overprice, in my opinion. But I definitely got a few trays that were really cool and really helpful to my collection, and I have a few more on the way, so stay tuned for that. Let's start. So this is how it looks when I open. This was gifted to me. It was a freebie, so my bias is not Manon, unfortunately. But I wanted to do a 2-page kind of concept for each member, so you know, for like the first EP and then their second EP. So I put some of their lyric cards here, and then I need to get like sleeves for these, because as you can see, this binder doesn't hold the cards well, but I might buy new pages. Anyways, this is, I do it by age order. So this is Manon. This is her Softest Strong. I pulled both of these cards for my first ever Katseye album. I was so shocked. I was like, oh my goodness, this is so awesome. Obviously, you can see I bought them from Target. I bought at least this one from Target because I have the Target exclusive here. And this would be her Beautiful Chaos. Unfortunately, I did not pull any of her Beautiful Chaos, but I am trading for some. So then we get into Sophia, obviously the leader. Fun fact, when I first started my Katseye collection, Sophia was my bias. And then after like getting more into the group, I realized like my bias is Megan and Yoonche. So I double bias for this group. A lot of these groups, you'll see how like double bias or triple bias. For Twice, I didn't even say who my biases were, but I believe I triple bias. It's Nayeon, Jihyo, and Chaeyoung. And so yeah, those are my biases in case you were interested. But these are the my Sophia cards for Sis. As you can see, I don't have any of her Beautiful Chaos. I believe I'm also trading for those, so I'm excited to store those away. Then I have this Daniela. I never pulled Danielle. Actually, that's a lie, because for one of my Beautiful Chaos albums, I pulled her, and then I also pulled her K-pop Nara card. But I also want to get them like personal sleeves the same way I had Twice. I just have to buy those. And then we get into Lara. I'm actually so shocked I made so much progress with Lara. I think she's one of the easiest members to trade for. Yes, as you can see, very close to finishing this one. All I need is her vinyl card for Softest Strong, so I am very excited, very happy. And I traded for all these cards. I never pull Lara, and I'm so sad. I can't wait till the day I pull her. But I don't have any cards for her Beautiful Chaos. I'm still waiting for cards for that. This is my Megan. I believe I pulled these 2 cards, and I just had to trade for this one. And I was so over the moon when I pulled for these 2 cards. Like Laura, all I need is the Target exclusive, so I'm very happy about that. Oh no, not the Target exclusive, the vinyl. And then for Beautiful Chaos, all I have for Megan is her Target exclusive, and I actually pulled this in the album that I bought. So yeah, here we are for Yoonche's collection. I didn't pull these 2 cards for Softest Strong. This is her Softest Strong, and then this is her Beautiful Chaos. I actually pulled that one. So that is it for Katseye. I am actually seeing them. I'm definitely gonna buy their light stick. I want to buy their light stick and their viewfinder, just because I want to collect those cards as well, but I'm not too sure if I will collect the viewfinder as well, just because I know it can be a bit expensive at times. This is my Le Sserafim collection. They are also one of the groups that got me into collecting. As you can see, a lot of these groups just like, they're with me since my day one journey of K-pop collecting. So Le Sserafim, yeah. This binder is purely for Crazy. I don't collect any of their other eras, just because I know Le Sserafim. Some of their cards are like really hard to get. So like I said, this is just strictly for Crazy. I don't have any fillers for them. I just like created my own little like freaking post-it note filler. So It's nothing fancy like Twice or Stray Kids. It's just I did it for Twice or Stray Kids because I had much more cards I was collecting and I had much more empty spaces. So anyways, let's get into it. We start off by like I'm pretty sure I have from oldest to youngest. I think that's how I do for all my collections. I think besides one of my collections, I'm not too sure, but we have Sakurua. I don't know if I ever pulled any of her cards just because, like, as we know, for Le Sserafim, we only ever get like one card, I believe, in their album, so it's tough out here. And then after that, I don't have any more of her cards, which is so sad. As you can see, I need a lot of her cards. We're working on that. And then Chaewon as well, I need a lot of Chaewon's cards. I believe this one, no, is it that one? I don't know. One of these is a Pob, I believe, and that Pob I bought at Kpop Nara. So I was very excited. I think this is the Pob, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think this is the Pob. For this page, all I need is the Balaclava version. And then I have version 2 of Chaewon. My goal is to get all the album cards for each member and then, similar to Twice, work on the Pobs. I'll most likely end up buying all the Pobs that I need because I don't really see any trades up for them. If you do have a trade of any of these, like, as you can see, I have them here. If you have any trades for any of them, please let me know. Please hit me up on Instagram or TikTok, whichever you prefer. And I believe this is all for my Chaewon collection. I need to really work on her, and it's so sad because she was my OG bias. But then we get into Yoonjin. This is the only card. No, this is not the only card I have for her. What am I talking about? This is the only card I have for her for this concept. I still need the rest of them. So, and then I have nothing for her second concept. But then for her third concept, I have this card. And I'm so shocked. I'm pretty sure I traded for that card. And I see a lot of people like in search of that card. We have these two for Yoonjin. That's it. That's all I have for Yoonjin. And then here we are, Kazuha. As you can see, doing much more better when it comes to her. I have a whole page of her, which I just realized that's actually insane that I have a whole page for her. Very grateful for that. And I'm pretty sure I traded for all these cards. I traded for a lot of my Le Sserafim cards just because, like I said, it's hard to pull a substantial amount to complete a collection or work on a collection. I have this Kazuha, her second concept, and then her third, and then I believe that's it. I have her oh, that's what it's called. I have her compact on the way, so we'll have one card to put because I'm pretty sure the compact only comes with one card, so we'll have at least one card to put on this page, which is very fun. And then here we go with Inche. Very excited. I just need her volume 1 card, which I feel like that should have been the easiest card to trade for, but clearly it wasn't. I have nothing for Inche's volume 2, and then this is my Inche concept 3. I really like this concept on all the girls. Like, it's so cool. I like this concept and like I believe the second one, but all the concepts are really cool. I think that's why I wanted to start collecting just Crazy era, because Crazy is what got me into Le Sserafim, but also like their outfits, they eat down so much. Like, I love them. This is her compact, so that's all I have. Oh, and then I have some units from, I think, the Weavers. I really want to try to collect Unforgiven after this. This is a newer collection, so please bear with me. And also they're a harder group to collect, so like I said, please bear with me with this collection. But this is my Cortis collection. Also, nothing crazy here. I need to decorate for them still. This is like a more recent collection I picked up. But I have no Jane cards. I have a Pop on the way, actually, so I'm really excited for that. I'm probably going to trade the Pop for a different version because I don't collect Pobs for any of the members besides Kono. But he's my bias. So, yeah. He's the only one that I have, like, Pobs for. So, no James cards as of right now. I double-sided them, so they're Scene 1, Scene 2, Scene 3, and then Target. And then Weavers A, Weavers B, the Vinyl, and then the Bowl. And then now we have Martin. I believe I pulled both of these Martins, if I'm not mistaken. And then I have a Martin. I think I have a Martin or 2 on the way. Then I have Juhoon. I believe I traded for this one. I don't think I pulled him. And then I just push on because it's easier for me than just writing this. And I'm not gonna lie, I butcher his name every time, so I'm not even gonna try to say it. He is definitely my bias wrecker. Same with Juhoon. They are both like bias wreckers. And then I pulled this one from the Weavers album. And Kano, not doing too good with him, even though he's my bias. I have his Weverse, and then I have a Pop, and that's all I have for Cortis. But I have, I think, 2 or 3 trays in the works right now, so I just have to wait. I received one of them already, but I'm holding it to do a mail unboxing video for you guys. This took a while for me to do. I wasn't sure if I wanted to collect this group for a long time. I almost collected 2 of their different eras, but after thinking about it, I was like, I didn't have any connection or any like drive to collect them. With the other groups, like, I have a little bit of a story of why I collect them. With this group, I don't really have a story with them. But recently, for their newest comeback, I really vibed with the concept and the songs, and I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna have to get into this group, like, on a deeper level. And that is none other than Katseye. So I'm so excited to start my Itsy journey. This is, as you can tell, their tunnel vision comeback. Also, this isn't just Itzy's binder. You'll see, like, at the back, I'll show you who else's binder this is. But this is, for the most part, Itzy's binder. So we start off with Yeji. I actually pulled this Yeji. It's from an accordion, I believe. I pulled her in Ryunja's accordion because Ryunja is one of my bias, and then Chaeryeong is my other bias. So this is Yeji, sorry. And then this is her polkas, I believe. Yeah. Then we go on to, I'm not sure who this is. Oh, Leah. So all I have is her polkas. I don't have anything for her, sadly. So very sad. But when I do get more, her albums will be up there. Her accordions will be down here. And I haven't started trading for them just because I still have albums on the way, and I don't want to trade if I haven't gotten all my albums yet. But next we go on to Ryunja's. And this is her pop. I just put it there for now. But I think I'm going to collect more pops for Ryunja and Chaeryeong, just because, like I said, they are my double bias. So chances are I'm going to just collect pops mostly for them. And then the one other pop that I'm collecting for, like, OT5. So I'm pretty sure this is With You? Yeah. With Mew. And then I have her polkas here as well. And then Chaeryeong. I did so well with Chaeryeong. I got her, what's it called? I believe this is her accordion up here, which I have to change that, move it. Once I get, like, my new albums, I'll rearrange everything. I'll actually rearrange before I come on camera and, like, store everything. And I believe this is, if I'm not mistaken, this is her Apple Music pop. Yeah. So for the pops, I'm collecting Apple Music for them just because, like, look at this. This is so cute. So yeah. And then I did really good with Chaeryeong. I think that's why I started biasing her, is because my original bias was Ryunja, and then my second bias was going to be Yeji. But then once it came down to collecting, I was just pulling Chaeryeong so much, and then I started just getting so much Chaeryeong on my feed, on, like, my For You page and stuff, and I was like, I love her vibe. So I have her set polka, and then I have, I think, one from each version. There's 2 more for the polkas that I need to collect, because it's like 4 random for each member, and then they're set for each polka version. And as you can see, I bought both polka versions. And next we have Yuna. So similarly to Chaeryeong, I have 2 of her randoms and then her set. And so that's all I have for Itzy. I'm so excited to start collecting them, like, on a serious level, and I can't wait to get more cards. And then if we flip all the way back here, this is also, like, as you can see, it's Eyelet. I decided to pick up collecting Iroha, but I'm just collecting her casually because Eyelet is not one of my ults, and it's not a group that I collect on a serious level. Just because they are such a hard group to collect, in my opinion, and I feel so bad for all my mutuals that collect them, and I see their struggle. So I was lucky enough to pull these 2 cards. I also pulled a Minju, but I traded her for, I think, a Katseye card, actually. But Iroha, as you can see, she is my bias in Eyelet. So yeah, that is the plan, to just collect her casually. So if I ever buy an Eyelet album, chances are I will, like, if I don't pull Iroha, then either I'll trade for Iroha or I'll trade for a different group. I'm not too sure. But if I pull Iroha, she will go back here. And so, yeah. And that is all my collections, and I can't wait to continue on with my collecting. And I hope you guys really enjoy this video. If you have any video suggestions, please let me know. So yeah,